We have here Royland Bailey. Bro, restart this. This is our podcast. We have here Royland Bailey.
How you doing today, Mr. Royland Bailey?
We have here our other guest present at the time.
Hello.
And this is my co-host right here, T-Money. Right? And today we're going to be talking about poverty. But also we're going to be talking about the book Secret in the Shadows and how poverty is in the book. So to start off, we were going to talk about what the book was about. So it was this kid named Royland Bailey. And he was living with his mother and his siblings. But unfortunately,
Restart.
that's a big thing in poverty.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
In the hoods and everything, because that's the only, like, if they don't want to get a job or nothing, that's their only way out. And if they go to try to get a job, they're going to get denied.
Yeah, felonies, criminal record.
Even before they even had the felonies, they're just going to get denied because they're black. If they are black and in poverty, they're probably going to get denied.
That's social.
And then most jobs, there's not even that much jobs around
In a lot of
poverty areas. You got
like just for you being black, let's say, if you are drugs.
and you
The
gotta
thing is, that was Alan that just said that.
and you gotta leave your poverty area to get a job. Those jobs aren't gonna be in like East Cleveland, like on a broken down neighborhood. You gotta go way out or catch a bus to your job.
We do gotta say the poverty is, I won't say it could be way worse than what it is, but it is one of the worst things that has happened to America.
Poverty has gotten better though in America. It has reduced a lot compared to what it was back maybe 10 years ago.
I won't say it's poverty is poverty. It will never be just this regular thing in life, but poverty will always be this problem, especially like in black
it's not
communities.
gonna go away.
Yeah, it's not. You can't have the rich without the poor. You know that it wouldn't.
It's not going to balance out. It's just always going to be at some point that lower level where people cannot get to where everybody else is.
But it could always be better. Like it's plenty of tax paid dollars that go to terrible things, but it's not going to poverty.
True.
We have a whole wall being
Poverty
built.
could be more like attention showed to it, like more welfare programs and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of programs like welfare, food stamps, everything like that.
But it's
With-
how are you fixing the problem? You just give
With
it
the
to
president,
them.
he's working on like shortening food stamps and all of this stuff, and it's not helping the situation. It's just gonna make it worse.
True, but my only problem with this is if we have poverty, right? You just giving them food stamps. That's not making jobs. That's not
It'll be
flowing
better.
money.
It'll be better.
That's just helping them eat,
It
but
could be
like
better if you fix streets.
even
help
with some
rebuild
shelters,
houses. Build
not
more
all
shelters.
shelters help you. Like
Yeah.
in certain shelters, they don't fully help you. They might help you for like a little bit, and then next thing you know, you all feel feed again.
It's not. It's not so much that poverty is. It is a cycle. It's hard to get out of.
Yeah.
But it's more of a somebody who only knows wrong cannot do right. How can you get out of poverty and that's all you know? People don't want to leave the hood because that's all they know. They don't know about it's this many chances in life. They don't know college only costs this much. They just know what they know. It's you can't think outside of the box.
And
that
some
you're stuck
people
in.
just, even if they are rich, they still not gonna like leave what they did.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rappers that still do like back when they was in the hood and stuff. They still do the same thing.
Yeah.
They just rich now. It ain't
It's a
changed.
mindset.
Yeah, that's all they know.
And then they be fearing to be accepted when they leave too, because like that's all they know. So might be like maybe somebody gonna judge me somewhere else about how I walk, dress, talk.
There's definitely those stereotypes about you sound white, you sound
Yeah.
this, but really they just
just how
better
it is.
themselves. Yeah,
It's not about they change. That's how they always was. You
If
just didn't
anything-
see them like that.
if anything, you're supposed to change in life. Why would you stay the same? That's not growing.
True.
So if you have these people that are supposed to change, supposed to grow, you can't have that with poverty. If the community does not grow with the people will not grow with the community.
And it's also communities that just don't care anymore. East Cleveland, they been like, East Cleveland, the streets are horrible, the houses. It's a lot of abandoned houses
Yeah,
out in
we
East
need
Cleveland.
like stop paying so much attention to programs and more into like helping people fix homes.
Like they
fix
focus
streets.
on Cleveland, but they forget about like that part right there, and they just stop.
commercial break. Okay.
You still feel
So actually, right now, a couple of people already know this, so it's no problem with me saying this. I really don't care. So actually, currently, I'm having problems with like poverty and stuff, but that's something that doesn't really affect me in a way. So like he lived in a bad neighborhood. Like last year, I lived in East Cleveland. East Cleveland is full of like poverty and everything. There's different buildings in there. Yeah,
it's actually the fourth city in America.
East Cleveland? Yeah, so East Cleveland is a bad place. And it was just all around buildings torn down or homeless people having to live in abandoned buildings because they couldn't go nowhere else. But I didn't live in an abandoned building. I lived in an actual apartment. The apartment was still horrible, like where Liz apartment, and it wasn't the greatest.
I could definitely relate. Like, I live in this hood called Glenwood, but it's in Atlanta. Like, you ever, like, you know, rappers, they say Zone 6. That hood, Glenwood, is in Zone 6. So I was experienced to gangbanging because when you live on a certain block, you automatically could be associated with that gang just because you well known, you seen with them, but you just naturally.
Yeah, it's the same way in Cleveland too. So like if you associate with this person, you might be in the same gang as him, and you might end up getting hurt.
I experienced poverty when I was in LA. I stayed on South Central. That's the east part of LA. And it was the same thing, gang banging, drug dealers, and stuff like that. You know, you really see people struggling, you see what they have to do for money. None of them really just do it for fun because like more of a have to thing.
Yeah, poverty is it's a cycle and it's real hard to get out of. Like, if your parents in poverty, you don't have no money to start off your life. So it's like now you might have to, if your dad in jail from selling drugs and you don't have no money, and that's like the only thing you heard about. Like, selling drugs is like really.
That's a big thing in poverty.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
In the hoods and everything, because that's the only, like if they don't want to get a job or nothing, that's their only way out. And if they go to try to get a job, they're gonna get denied.
Yeah, felonies, criminal record.
Even before they even had the felonies, they're just gonna get denied because they're black. If they are black and they're in poverty, they're probably gonna get denied.
That's social.
And then most jobs, there's not even that much jobs around.
In a lot of
poverty areas. You got
like just for you being black, let's say, if you are drugs.
And you
Jenkins, that was Alan that just said that.
and you gotta leave your poverty area to get a job. Those jobs aren't gonna be in like East Cleveland, like in a broken down neighborhood. You gotta go way out or catch a bus to your job.
You do gotta say the poverty is, I won't say it could be way worse than what it is, but it is one of the worst things that has happened to America.
Poverty has gotten better though in America. It has reduced a lot compared to what it was back maybe 10 years ago.
I won't say it's poverty is poverty. It will never be just this regular thing in life, but poverty will always be this problem, especially like in black communities.
It's not going to go away.
Yeah, it's not. You can't have the rich without the poor. You know that it wouldn't.
It's not going to balance out. It's just always going to be at some point that lower level where people cannot get to where everybody else is.
But it could always be better. Like it's plenty of tax paid dollars that go to terrible things, but it's not going towards poverty.
True.
We have a whole wall being
Poverty
built.
could be more like attention showed to it, like more welfare programs and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of programs like welfare, food stamps, everything like that.
But it's how are you fixing the problem? You just give
with the president, he's working on like shortening food stamps and all of this stuff, and it's not helping the situation. It's just gonna make it worse.
True, but my only problem with this is if we have poverty, right? You just giving them food stamps. That's not making jobs.
Yeah.
That's not
It'd be
flowing
better.
money.
It'd be better.
That's just helping them eat, but
It could
like
be better if you fix streets.
even with some
rebuild
shelters,
houses.
not all shelters help you. Like in certain shelters, they don't fully help you. They might help you for like a little bit, but the next thing you know, Alright, and they lived in this horrible apartment because they couldn't leave nowhere. They couldn't afford a better place. Starts with him and his sister going to school. He didn't want to take her first, but his mom made him. He ends up meeting this girl named Corey, and he really liked her. He told her he had all this money, but in reality he was broke. And that was the only reason she liked him. But he didn't know that at the time. And he ends up buying her this $300 bracelet.
That's the reason he stole the money from an older man.
his only friend he ever had since a child. You know, and then from the street, he walked in there, stole the money, and problems continued to rise. The old man moved out, but he thought he killed him. The janitor, he told him he had a heart attack and he died. That wasn't true. He was blackmailing him to do the work on the apartment. Turns out the old man just moved away and he was finishing off his life in a retirement home.
My question to you is, what do you think poverty affects the most?
In America, I feel like poverty is kind of targeted towards the African American community. It's a real big problem, like with hoods and things like that. That is poverty, and 90% of black people they come from hoods. So to a certain degree, we are poverty. You know,
How does poverty affect you guys?
real life poverty played a big part in my life because I've lived in rich neighborhoods. I lived in ups and downs in my life. But like poverty is real. Like you experience what life is. You realize you can die at any moment. You can get shot. It's easy to sell drugs and come up with some money, something like that. But then you also think about I could really die out here. Or I could make the right decisions. I could just take the hard time, push through it, and excel through life.
Yeah, we gotta continue.
Yeah, let's keep going.
So, Isha, how do you feel about poverty?
I feel like it's a really bad thing. I experienced it a few times in my life as well. As myself. Sure, I haven't lived in a great neighborhood, but I have lived in poorer neighborhoods in Ohio. I'm in a better place now, but it's still
It's those memories and those you still feel.
So actually, right now, a couple of people already know this. So it's no problem with me saying this. I really don't care. So actually, currently, I'm having problems with like poverty and stuff. But that's something that doesn't really affect me in a way. So like he lived in a bad neighborhood. Like last year, I lived in East Cleveland. East Cleveland is full of like poverty and everything. There's different buildings in there. Yeah, we live in.
It's actually the fourth city in America.
East Cleveland? Yeah, so East Cleveland is a bad place. And it was just all around buildings torn down or homeless people having to live in abandoned buildings because they couldn't go nowhere else. But I didn't live in an abandoned building. I lived in an actual apartment. The apartment was still horrible, like where Larry's apartment, and it wasn't the greatest.
I could definitely relate. Like I lived in this hood called Glenwood, but it's in Atlanta. Like rappers they say Zone 6. That hood, Glenwood, is in Zone 6. So I was experienced to gangbanging because when you live on a certain block, you automatically could be associated with that gang just because you well known, you seen with them, but you just naturally.
Yeah, it's the same way in Cleveland too. So like if you associate with this person, you might be in the same gang as him, and you might end up getting hurt.
I experienced poverty when I was in LA. I stayed on South Central. That's the east part of LA. And it was the same thing, gang banging, drug dealers, and stuff.